Hey, how's it guys? Hope you guys are well. I recently did a poll on whether or not I should do traces and knots for you guys. And majority of you said, in fact 66% of you said yes, you'd like to see traces and knots. 23% said make it sharp, and 12% said don't care. So for the 12% guys that don't care, you might as well go and watch something else. Nah, just kidding. Stick around, man. Yeah, let's get into it. Let me show you what we're gonna use today. Actually, let me just tell you what traces we're gonna make first. 3 simple traces. Number 1, shad trace. Number 2, bronze beam trace. And number 3, a cob trace. So those are the 3 simple traces I'm going to show you today, and then I'll use 3 different knots to tie them all together. But let's take a look inside my bag, because I've also had quite a few guys asking me what's in the box. So let's take a look in there quickly first. Hey, what's that doing in there? Don't tell me this thing's been on since Saturday. On the top, good pair of scissors. You've got a multi-tool. This is always handy. I'm going to use this just now actually. Scissors we're going to use. This, some pepper spray. Sometimes we go fishing early hours of the morning, late at night. Never used it, but good to have just as a deterrent. And a pouch. By the way, you might be seeing quite a lot of Fish SA stuff. It's just stuff that we've been using lately. It doesn't mean that we're necessarily promoting the brand or anything like that. But yeah, the stuff is cool. I enjoy this little pouch bag, and these are definitely worth the effort to keep your lines nice and tidy and not hanging all over the place. So on the top, got a couple of swivels there, some tiny hooks, a shad trace ready to go, tape measure always handy, some dingle dangles, some protection for the lips, some cotton, what's underneath, a few sinkers, grapnel, some more shad traces, cable ties, scarf, my sunnies. This looks like a number 40 slide trace, and my fishing license. This is the angling license. I do have others for crayfish, cast net and all that, but I mainly just carry that. Depends what fishing I'm doing. So that's what's been in the box. This was in the box. I just took it out the other day. Glow in the dark green. Got my knife. Yeah, if you're wondering what this is, this was from old Derek. It's a type of machete, nice weight to it, very sharp, and I plan on cleaning it up and using it. Another one, just bigger. Right, what do we need for our shad trace firstly? Okay, we need some hooks. So we're going to use these number 7 J hooks. We'll use those. And for our bronze beam trace, we're going to use these number 2s. We need some swivels. Let me just take a new pack here. These open. Yeah. We'll just use these swivels, these power swivels. And for our cob trace, we're going to go with a, let's go with a 6-0 circle. That's these hooks here, 6-0 circle. We're also gonna need some floats for the shad trace, for the bronzy trace, and we need some trace wire. There we go. Trace wire, we're gonna need some water. Guys, relax, this stuff takes time to accumulate. You know, whenever you visit the tackle store, you always end up buying stuff. So don't get too excited and overwhelmed. It's taken quite some time to accumulate all the stuff. Don't let the missus into your tackle room, whatever you do. Or at least take the price tags off before she gets hold of them. And for the purpose of this video demonstration, I'm going to use a thicker green line so that you can see nicely. Although the background's going to be black. Now let's use some leader. Let's get some leader. I'll just use this. First things first, you need some wire, because you know the shad have very sharp teeth and they'll just bite through your mono, even your leader sometimes. Snip. Must use a J hook. And what we're going to do is just bind this tight. Now, some guys don't need the pliers to hold the hook, and they do it very neatly. 3 needle pliers, and hold on to it like that. And we're going to bind it as if we are binding a fly. I always admire those fly traces the guys make for fly fishing. That should do it. Then we just cut that off. A little tag piece off. Then we're going to take a swivel and tie it to the other end. Let's say, yeah, that's about 25, call it 20 centimeters. We're going to do the same thing, bind this on. That's about the length of your sardine, guys. Okay. Take a chance and do it without the pliers. No, we need the pliers. Yeah, much better. Acts as a vice, holding the wire down with the swivel. Right, there we have our wire tied on. We need some mono. So I'm just going to use, what is this? 30 pound. You can use thicker if you'd like. And for the first knot, this is a bit of a granny knot, guys. So it just goes wind, 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 all the way. 6, 7, 8 times. Okay. Then we're going to thread it through the loop and back through the big loop. So back through the big loop, take the tag end, start pulling on it. Don't pull it all the way tight. We're going to wet the line first. That's what the water is for. Okay, obviously you're on the beach, you're going to just use saliva. Okay, and then you start pulling on the tag end, and on the main line. And there we go. So that's the first knot. All you need to do is cut that tag end off. Okay. We're gonna make this about 40 centimeters in length. And then we need a cork. Now the easiest way to thread your line through the cork would be to use another hook. So I'll take another J hook, number 7 here. Thread the line through it. And then we're going to stick this through the cork all the way and pull through the line. As easy as that. And you just pull the hook back and your line's threaded. Nearly done. All that's left now is our 3-way swivel. So we're gonna use the same knot. Six or 7 times. 1, 2. Okay. Then we're gonna thread it through the small hoop. And then back to the big loop. Start pulling on the tag end. Don't pull it all the way tight, wet it first. And then pull on the main line. I'll say, cut the tag end off. And there we have your shad trace. As easy as that, guys. So from here, your main line will tie and then your sinker line will tie. Sinker line, make it shorter than the hook snoot. Let it sit around about there. And you're good to go. Next up, we want to use a little bit of a thicker line for our bronzy trace. In fact, even for our cob trace. So I'm going to go with a 0.70 leader. Four-o circle. And here we're going to use a snell knot. Easiest for me is line through the front of the hook. Pull it quite long, and then we're gonna bend it back like so. Okay. Squeeze on this tightly while you wind your tag end all the way up towards the hook. Down the back of the hook shank and up. That's what, 4 or 5 times. Okay. So you have that effect. Now you're going to hold this all together with your fingers so it doesn't come apart. Take the tag end, push it through the loop. Like so. Okay. Then start pulling on it tighter. Okay. Hold that there. Your main line. You're also going to give that a tug. You can actually feel it in these fingers starting to pull tight. I don't want to let go yet. Right, we're safe to let go. Okay, before I pull it tight, you're going to pull on the tag end and on the main line together. But let's first wet our line. Alright, so here goes. Nice and tight. And that's your snell knot. Just pull it a little bit tighter with my teeth. Always be careful when you do that. You don't want to end up with a lip piercing. Then you cut your tag end off. Doesn't have to be very short, guys. Okay, so the more you pull on the main line, the tighter that's going to get. Here we go. Perfectly tight now. Okay, I'm going to make this at least 600 in length. And then we're going to use a power swivel. We're going to use this size, guys. These, all the brands that I'm using, this was just what was available to me at the time. It's not necessarily endorsing any of them, although they're very good, no issues. Okay, so we're gonna tie. You got a big ring and you got the two. Okay, so we're not gonna use the top part. We're gonna use the ring directly below the big ring. The big ring goes to your main line, and then this is to your hook snoot. So for this knot, I'm gonna tie a uni knot, my favorite knot. There it goes. So you want to go around your finger once. You want to open the loop. Okay, so you have that. Now you're going to take this tag end and thread it around and around 6, maybe 5 or 6 times. So it goes around both the lines, your main hook snoot as well as the swivel line. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop when it starts getting stiff like that. You don't want to overturn it and then the knot doesn't turn out nice and strong. Okay, so we're first going to wet our line before we pull it. Okay, on your tag end and on the swivel, pull together. Okay, then take your hook snoot line and the swivel and pull towards each other. Okay, then you can take your tag end and just pull again, tight, and that's your uni knot. This particular trace, I would use a dingle dangle, and as you know, when you're using a dingle dangle trace, your sinker line must be longer than your hook snoot, about that long. Your dingle dangle is on, and this clips on there. Okay, it's got to be longer so that when it hits the seabed, bottom of the ocean, it comes apart. If it's shorter, that won't happen. Yeah, and the reason why we snell the knot on a circle hook, the better hook up in the corner of the mouth when you have the hook snelled rather than another knot, a figure of 8 or uni or whatever. So that's the reason why we snell the circle hooks. And now for my ultimate favorite trace of all time, the bronze beam trace. Okay, you can use a 1/0, but I prefer the 2/0. We're going to use a very short hook snoot here. Okay, we're going to tie our 2/0 first. Let's use a figure of 8. So, around your finger, 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, gather all of that, push your tag end through the loop, there we go. Start pulling on it tighter. You'll see the figure of 8 forming. There you go. Let's wet the line. We're gonna make this hook snoot just 15 centimeters in length. So let's just cut it a bit long because we're gonna make it shorter there. Our little float here. And then we're gonna, for this part of the power swivel, we're using the size 3x4. We're gonna use the swivel part that actually swivels around the main ring like so, that helicopter action. We're going to use another figure of 8, so it goes 1, 2, 3 times. Then we're going to thread your tag end through the loop. And we start pulling on this to make a figure of 8. You see the figure of 8? And we wet the line. And we start pulling tight. Okay, like I said, a nice short hook snoot, only 15 centimeters. And cut the tag end off. And there you have your bronze beam trace. So the reason why we use that pivoting swivel part of it is for that action in the water, guys. You want that movement. And we also, I use a leader line because of the movement it allows in the water when you have your bait on. Okay, so then you'll just tie your sinker line, make your sinker slightly longer, let it sit around there somewhere. Just double your line, thread it through the sinker. Okay, take the main line, thread it back through the loop, and then pull on that. Pull on it tight, just wet it. Just allows for your sinker to last in your line a lot longer without it just fraying off very easily. Right, then we just tie to the end of the swivel here. Again, we're going to use a figure of 8. So 1, 2, 3 times. Hold it all together. Open up the loop. All of it, open it up. Put your tag end through the loop. Pull through. Here's your figure 8 forming. Wet your line. Pull tight. So. Okay, and here we have our bronze bream trace. And the reason why this is my favorite trace, guys, you can catch all sorts on here. Good size, this.
Lovely one. That's about 40 as well.
On! It's a little cobby. Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, exciting stuff, eh? Bronze bream, cob, rock hard, Russia. You name it.
Yes! Come. The 2-0 circle. Check that.
Such a versatile little scratching trace is what we refer to it as. So there we have it, Dunnies. The 3 basic traces. I sincerely hope that this was easy enough to follow, this little demonstration. And if there's any more knots or any traces, other traces that you'd like to see, drop us a comment and let us know. Darren makes a mean FG knot, so you could help us out with that one. And we really want to see how we tie our braid to leader. I'll show you that. Whatever it is, if you would like to see some other traces and some other knots, drop us a comment. And thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the week. I can't wait to go fishing again. The water's been clearing up very nicely. We've been seeing rainbows and all sorts, and it's just been really beautiful this week. So let's hope that it holds up for the rest of the week and the weekend, so that we can get our fish on and bring you in on the action. So thank you very much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified of any new videos. And you're all set. You're still there? Thank goodness tomorrow's Friday. Catch you landies in the water.